Welcome everyone to Friday Night All-Star. I'm your host, Infinite Fantasy, and we're live here at the Nassau Coliseum in Long Island, New York. And we're about to get ready for tonight's opening match, the World Heavyweight Championship. The Mighty God Hercules versus Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne.
And is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Here he is, folks, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Mighty God, the unbeatable, the unbreakable, unrelentless Hercules, making his way to the ring here in Long Island, New York. In the entire sold-out arena here at the Nassau Coliseum, chanting out, "False God," the naysayers booing as Hercules, the World Heavyweight Champion, makes his way to the ring, ready to defend his title against his challenger, the Bad Boy, Benjamin Bourne. It was on Dystopia where Bad Boy Bourne had accused Hercules, just as many before him, of being a false god, saying that Hercules is too afraid to put the title on the line. Hercules being tired of the accusations, saying that he is not what he claims to be. And tonight, he wants to put those accusations to rest. He told Benjamin Bourne that he will give him his title match here tonight. But if he wins, he never wants to hear him call him a false god again. He wants Benjamin Bourne to acknowledge him as the true god that he is. He says that if he defeats Bourne here tonight, he expects him to worship him. For Benjamin Bourne, this title match is about the championship. It's about the belt. It's about being the best in the men's division on Dystopia. For Hercules, this is about pride. This is about putting rumors to rest. For Hercules, this is about being acknowledged as the mighty warrior he is. And for Bourne, he's coming into this hungry. This is about winning his very first championship. The boos echoing throughout this massive arena as Hercules makes his way into the ring. Completely focused. He knows Benjamin Bourne is not going to be an easy opponent to defeat. 2 weeks ago, Bourne was able to beat him to an inch of his life in a straight-up brawl. And he's got to be wondering, will Bourne be the man that takes the gold off the waist? Now he awaits his opponent, the challenger, making his way to the ring. And here he is, folks, the bad boy, Benjamin Bourne. Naturally born bad, this man challenging Hercules for the World Heavyweight title. For over a year now, he's been trying to chase championship gold, failing to get the Intercontinental Championship after opportunity after opportunity, failing to seal the deal at WrestleNova. This could be Benjamin Bourne's final chance. Will he be the world champion here tonight? Can he do it? Can he be the man to defeat the mighty God? Can he vanquish this deity here tonight? The crowd screaming "Bad Boy Bourne" as he looks around, 100% locked in. This man is hungry. He wants to call himself champion, and he's going to do so here tonight. And you can just see the confidence oozing off of this man. He knows exactly who he's up against. He's already made Hercules bleed once 2 weeks ago on Dystopia, and he is looking to do it here tonight in this championship match.
Introducing the challenger from Green Bay, Wisconsin, weighing in at 241 pounds, Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne. And his opponent from Athens, Greece, weighing in at 351 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the mighty God Hercules.
And here we go. That's what's on the line. One of the biggest championships of them all. The mighty God is ready. Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne is ready. The ref is ready, and here comes the bell, and these two starting straight up, just going right at it, throwing right hands right at each other. This is not going to be a wrestling match. This is going to be a straight up fight. And there's Hercules coming with a hip toss on Benjamin Bourne. Hercules off the ropes, and 345 pounds, missing the target, hitting the mat. And Benjamin Bourne now just warming up as he's attacking Hercules from behind, choking him with the top rope. They grapple up. Here comes an armbar by Benjamin Bourne, using his shoulder as a weapon, doing everything he can to take out the mighty God. And look at him go. Benjamin Bourne is completely on fire here tonight. He's already sizing him up. He wants to end this match quickly. This ain't about sending a message. He wants the gold. And he misses the drop kick. Hercules looking to take advantage. And Bourne coming in with a rebound. And there's Hercules' open hand chop. Benjamin Bourne to the receipt. Hercules again with the chop. And these two are going, hitting as hard as they can, right in the bare chest, seeing which one of them is man enough to stay standing. And a huge open hand slap, Benjamin Bourne with the receipt. And the energy between these two is completely phenomenal. And look at them, once again just going at it. They're an all-out brawl with each other. And Hercules winning the exchange this time. And there he is, slamming Bourne's head into the top turnbuckle. Hercules with a scoop body slam onto the challenger. Now as he makes his way to the second rope, waiting for Bourne to get to his feet. Hercules, the World Heavyweight Champion, measuring him up. And Bourne sees it coming as he sidesteps out of the way. suplex by Benjamin Bourne onto the champion, and Hercules having no choice to get out of the ring. Benjamin Bourne in pursuit, and looks like Hercules was just baiting him in. As a stipulation, there'll be no count out in tonight's title match. According to Charles Elliott, there must be a winner. There must be a decisive World Heavyweight Champion here tonight. Hercules throwing Benjamin Bourne into the ring. Nice takedown by Bourne. He's going for the pin. 1, 2, and kick out by Hercules. Benjamin Bourne not giving up as he comes in for a suplex. No, not a suplex. He goes for a reverse neck breaker. Another pin. 1, 2, and again Hercules with the shoulder up. Only a 2 count. Bourne was just a second away from becoming World Heavyweight Champion. Bourne keeping on the onslaught on Hercules. So much is on the line tonight. The biggest prize in GTW. And you can see Bourne is giving us everything he's got here tonight. I've never seen this man fight so hard in his life. Sideways drop by Benjamin Bourne. Now taunting Hercules, daring him to get back to his feet. Left and right hand, DDT by the bad boy Benjamin Bourne. And here he goes, making his way to the top rope. Frog splash, but Hercules gets the knees up, reversing the move. And Hercules now nailing a Superman punch, taking down Benjamin Bourne. Another spear by Hercules. And here comes the pin. 1, 2, and Bourne gets the shoulder up. He's still in his title match. And Hercules starting to look a little frustrated. He's starting to realize he might have bit up more than he can chew by granting Benjamin Bourne this match. He goes for a spear. Benjamin Bourne sees it coming. Bourne doing his homework on his opponent here tonight. And there's Hercules just throwing that 349 pounds body weight on the Bourne. And Hercules using the ropes as leverage gets the 3 count on Bourne.
Here is your winner, and still World Heavyweight Champion, the mighty God Hercules.
That no good cheating snake. That was an illegal pin he used to beat Bourne. Using the ropes as leverage, there was no way Bourne was going to be able to kick out of that. I hope he's proud of himself. He might be World Heavyweight Champion, but he certainly did not earn that victory. Anyways, I'd like to welcome everyone to Friday Night All-Star. And we got a huge card for you tonight. Because coming up next, we have a Extreme Rules match with the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line, as Haley Webb will be defending against Rachel Rodriguez. We also have a triple threat match for the United States Championship. Joe Hendry will be defending against the leader of the Alpha Rangers, Alpha Crimson, and Caster Black. We have a huge grudge match as Red will be making her GTW in-ring debut as she goes one-on-one against Jamie Hayter. Grayson Holiday, after losing his undefeated streak, has requested a rematch against Obelisk, but this time the Intercontinental Championship will be on the line. Will Grayson Holiday be able to retain his title, or Obelisk take more from him than just his undefeated streak? And then we have a vacant Grand Tour champ. The Grand Tour title is now vacant. So tonight we'll determine who our new Men's Grand Tour champion will be in a 6-man ladder match. The title will be suspended 15 feet in the air as Hangman Adam Page, Killer Cross, Jon Moxley, Chad Gable, Adam Copeland, and Samoa Joe will fight to climb the ladder to claim the Grand Tour title. And then we have our main event. Just when you think things couldn't get more exciting, we have the mixed tag team titles on the line as Steven Dynamite and Amanda Price will be defending against Andre Armstrong and Brenda Bison, the Red Faction. That's all here tonight in our special PLE event, Friday Night All-Star. When we return, we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match in a Extreme Rules match. There'll be no count out, no disqualification. Rachel Rodriguez versus Haley Webb coming up next, so don't go away. Oh good, you arrived. Listen, Steven, don't freak out. Don't freak out. But we found Amanda knocked out in her locker room earlier. She's on her way to the ER. She's bleeding out. It's pretty gruesome. You really don't want to see it. Wait, what? What? Is she alright? Oh yeah, she's fine. Like nothing happened at all. Of course she's not alright. She has a concussion, you idiot. Sorry, that was a bit much. Needless to say, she is no longer cleared to compete tonight. Well, this is just great. I need to go. Go? Where do you think you're going? To the hospital. Amanda needs me. Like hell you are. You're in the main event tonight. Seriously? My tag team partner is not cleared. How am I supposed to defend my tag team titles? Listen and listen good, Dynamite. We are sold out. Do you understand? This is a sold out show. A lot of fans paid a lot of their hard-earned money to watch Steven Dynamite defend the mixed tag team titles against the Red Faction in his own hometown tonight. Now, I don't care if you get someone to replace Amanda or if you have to do it on your own in a handicap match, but you will defend those titles tonight, or you and Amanda will be stripped of said mixed gender tag team titles. Do I make myself clear? Who the hell am I supposed to get at the last minute? Well, it's like I said. You're going out there with or without your partner. Now get out of my face before I alter the match further. We're back, everyone, and it is now time for the Intercontinental Championship to be on the line, as Haley Webb will now be defending against Rachel Rodriguez in an Extreme Rules match. No DQ, no countouts. There must be a clear, decisive winner. Women's Intercontinental Championship match coming up now on Friday Night All-Star.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match and is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
And here comes the challenger for tonight's Extreme Rules match for the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Former Women's Champion Rachel Rodriguez will be challenging Haley Webb tonight for the title. And here she is, folks, the Women's Intercontinental Champion herself, Haley Webb. And it looks like she's about to come out with a giant bang. Well, it seems to be a bit of a pyro malfunction right there. But I guess that's not going to stop the Intercontinental Champion from marching down to the ring and giving us one hell of a match. Both these women are incredibly impressive. Rachel Rodriguez, who became a main eventer overnight back in November when she won the Women's Championship. And Hayley Webb, who made a name for herself at WrestleNova when she became the Women's Intercontinental Champion. This will be her first title defense here tonight. And again, there'll be no disqualification, no countouts. This is going to be an Extreme Rules match.
Introducing the challenger from Los Angeles, California, Rachel Rodriguez. And her opponent from Georgia, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Hayley Webb.
And here we go, the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line in tonight's Extreme Rules match. Rodriguez is ready, Hayley Webb is ready, and here we go, our first match in the women's division here tonight on All-Star. As Rodriguez going for the pin, Hayley Webb immediately kicking out very early in this matchup. Now grappling up. Rodriguez attempting to drive Hayley Webb into the corner. Hayley Webb with a reversal. Now bending the back of the challenger. Rodriguez getting to her feet. Amazing shoulder toss by Rodriguez as she throws Hayley Webb against the ropes. Rodriguez with an immediate reversal. And already these two women seem completely even in the match as they're going counter per counter here tonight. I believe this will be the first time Hayley Webb and Rodriguez are actually stepping in the ring in a legitimate wrestling competition. And look at Rodriguez throwing Hayley Webb's shoulder into that heavy steel ring post. Reversal by Hayley Webb as she comes in. Leg scissors takedown by the Intercontinental Champion. And they lock up. Here comes the Irish whip. Rodriguez off the ropes. And a lace whip. But Rodriguez ready for her amazing counter by the challenger as she comes in with a flying clothesline taking Hayley Webb down. Rodriguez going for the pin for the title. 1, 2, an immediate kick out by Hayley Webb. And you can tell these two are traditionalists. It's an Extreme Rules match. So far, neither competitor has bothered to leave the ring to grab a foreign object. They've kept this so far a straight-up wrestling match. An attentive Superman punch by Rodriguez. Hayley Webb ducks under. Huge counter by Hayley Webb. Spinning heel kick by Rodriguez. Right hand, and Hayley Webb sweeps Rodriguez right off her feet. Triple clothesline by Hayley Webb. Rodriguez barely on her feet right now. Now Rodriguez coming with an elbow. And here she comes, about to do a DDT. No, she's got her in a submission hold. Hayley Webb caught in the submission. And Hayley Webb slamming Rodriguez down the breakaway out of the hold. And here comes a neck breaker And Rodriguez is down. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and Rodriguez with a kick out, but barely. And now Haley Webb looks like she's going for the artillery as she goes under the ring, bringing in a Singapore cane, completely legal in this match. Rodriguez wants to kick it out of her hand, and Haley Webb now about to answer with a huge top rope maneuver. Rodriguez fighting back though, and now here comes Rodriguez. Cross on net breaker. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and there's Haley Webb getting the shoulder up. Kick to the face by Haley Webb. There she is, slamming her head into the top turnbuckle. And from across the ring, Haley Webb comes in with a flying knee into the sternum, and now she's got that Singapore King back in hand. And Rodriguez dodges the weapon. See Rodriguez very aware. Every time Haley Webb goes for that weapon, Rodriguez dodges. And there's Rodriguez kicking out on 2, and look at the frustration on Haley Webb's face. And again, weapon in hand, and again Rodriguez moves out of the way, not allowing Haley Webb to use that Singapore cane on her. And now she's got Haley Webb on the top rope. Nice reversal by Haley Webb, while Rodriguez with a counter of her own. And now she brings her to the corner, slamming her head into the top turnbuckle. Rodriguez running in. Oh, and a kick to the face by Haley Webb. Followed by a knee takedown. And there she is. She just hit Rodriguez across the gut with the Singapore cane. And that wooden weapon not enough to keep Rodriguez down. Haley Webb is going to have to bring it up a notch if she wants to win tonight's match. And I don't know how much more fight Rodriguez has left in her. Haley Webb right now is dominating this match as she puts her in a crossface. Rodriguez in the middle of the ring, and she's prying the hands open. She's fighting back, doing everything she can to get out of the submission hold. Haley Webb goes for a clothesline, taking down Rodriguez. Haley Webb off the ropes. Lariat strike by Rodriguez. Now Rodriguez has a weapon in hand, and right between the eyes, she just hit Haley Webb right between the eyes with the Singapore cane. And now Haley Webb outside the ring. These two women now taking this fight ringside. Russian leg sweeper by Rachel Rodriguez. The challenger bringing the fight to the Intercontinental Champion right now. Another cross-on neckbreaker by Rodriguez. Getting Haley Webb into the ring. She looks like she's going to go for the victory. Haley Webb rolling right to her feet. Oh my gosh. Looked like a jawbuster combined with a neckbreaker there. And now Haley Webb using the Singapore cane for a submission hold. And Rodriguez reversing, slamming the Singapore cane right into Haley Webb's back. And it looks like Rodriguez looking for a weapon of her own now. And she's bringing out Looks like we're bringing out the lumberjack here. And there's Haley Webb just hitting Rodriguez with that table. And a powerbomb right on top of the wooden surface. We have two tables in play. She's setting it up. Could we be seeing someone going through the table here tonight? Looks like Haley Webb is playing with Rodriguez a little bit, getting a little too confident in this match. And, oh, a Russian leg sweeper. Rachel Rodriguez's head bouncing off the wood. And now she's sizing up. Haley Webb looking like she's going to put this one away. And here comes Haley Webb going for the pin. Will she retain? 1, 2, 3, and she does. Haley Webb retains the Intercontinental Champion.
Here is your winner, and still the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Haley Webb.
The following contest is a triple threat match and is for the United States Championship. Introducing the champion from Edinburgh, Scotland, weighing in at 230 pounds, the United States champion, Joe Hendry.
Say his name, and he shall appear. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the United States Champion, Joe Hendry. And the crowd is waving their arms side to side as Joe Hendry makes his way to the ring, ready to defend the United States Championship against King Kester Black and the leader of the Alpha Rangers, Alpha Crimson. And you can see the entire arena here on Long Island, New York, waving their hands for Joe Hendry. And I'm looking at a comment on our live chat section. Dancing Red Sox, I got to agree. We believe in Joe Hendry.
And introducing the challenger, representing the Rangers from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 228 pounds, Alpha Crimson.
And here comes the leader of the Alpha Rangers, competing for his first title match here tonight. He made his in-ring debut 2 weeks ago as he went one-on-one with Kester Black. Kester Black, who issued an open challenge to prove his worthiness to challenge Joe Hendry. It was Alpha Crimson, who accepted the challenge and defeated King Kester Black. As a result, we now have a triple threat match.
Introducing the challenger, representing the Wolfpack from Charleston, South Carolina, weighing in at 277 pounds, the King Kester Black.
King Castor Black strutting his way to the ring. This is the moment he's been waiting for. He said on Dystopia that he is a king without a crown, and tonight he's about to go through a superhero and Joe Henry to get it. Now the rules of a triple threat are simple. There are no rules. It's a no holds barred between 3 competitors. The first man to get a pinfall or submission will be crowned the United States Champion. Joe Henry is ready. Crimson Alpha is ready. And here comes Castor Black. And here we go. There's the bell. Super kick to Alpha Crimson by Castor Black. Now he comes off the top rope. Cross body splash onto Joe Henry. And now Castor Black taking down Alpha Crimson. Castor Black so far dominating this triple threat match. And now Joe Henry going after Alpha Crimson, as is Castor Black. Castor Black throwing Alpha Crimson into the corner. And a flying moonsault onto Joe Henry. All 3 men are down. Everyone's getting up, resetting themselves. Alpha Crimson coming after Joe Henry. And there's Joe Henry countering with elbow strikes to the ribs. And now he sets him up. Powerbomb. Now Castor Black intercepts with a lariat takedown. Open hand chop onto Joe Henry. And now locking up with Alpha Crimson. Sidewalk slam by Castor Black. Joe Henry now in the ring with a Singapore cane. Slamming it over the back of Castor Black. And there he is in the net breaker. Followed by an elbow drop onto Alpha Crimson. Kicked in midsection by Castor Black onto Joe Henry. And he's setting him up. And there comes a powerbomb. No. Instead, Snake Eyes over the top rope. And what a move by Alpha Crimson as he rolls Castor Black into a pin, but Castor Black able to kick out. Here comes Alpha Crimson. Hurricanrana. Castor Black is down thanks to the leader of the Alpha Rangers. And he takes him down with a huge dropkick. Now it's between Alpha Crimson and Joe Henry as Castor Black is now outside the ring. Joe Henry setting him up, and here comes a suplex onto Alpha Crimson. And there's Castor Black hitting Joe Henry between the eyes of the Singapore cane. Joe Henry with the recito as he goes for a shoulder tackle. And here goes Castor Black putting pressure on the shoulders of the U.S. champion. And Joe Henry, falling down to his knees, is now between the Ranger and the Werewolf. Castor Black throwing Crimson into the corner. As Alpha Crimson driving Castor Black into the ropes. Here comes Joe Henry with the Irish whip. Shoulder takedown onto Alpha Crimson. And he just clotheslined Castor Black outside the ring over the top rope. Reversal by Alpha Crimson onto Joe Henry. Joe Henry throwing in the elbow strikes. Oh, and there's Castor Black attempting a sledgehammer, but Joe Henry saw it coming. here comes Alpha Crimson springing off that top rope. Hurricanrana onto Castor Black. Overhand shot by Joe Henry onto Alpha Crimson. Clothesline onto Castor Black. Joe Henry now dominating. The U.S. champion is on fire right now as he goes for a Samoan drop onto Castor Black. And now, there goes Joe Henry with a choke slam. 1, 2, but Alpha Crimson breaks up the count. Huge drop kick by leader of the Alpha Rangers. And a leg DDT by Alpha Crimson. It looks like he's about to go for a high-flying move here as he springs off the top rope. But nobody home. Joe Henry now capitalizing and throws Castor Black against the ropes. Kicked in the midsection by Alpha Crimson. Goes to the Irish Whip. Joe Henry now in the corner. Because Alpha Crimson going for a splash, but Joe Henry moves out of the way at the last moment. And here comes a Samoan drop by Joe Henry. No, I'm mistaken. He went for a fireman's carry, throwing him outside the ring. And now he gets Castor Black in the ribs with the kendo stick. And Joe Henry now just going to town on Alpha Crimson outside the ring. And look, I'm just applying pressure on that knee of Alpha Crimson right now. Castor Black struggling to get to his feet right now in this triple threat match. Remember, the United States Championship is on the line. The first man to get a pinfall or submission will win the title here tonight. And a wheelbarrow stunner by Alpha Crimson. While he locks up with Joe Henry, throws Joe Henry right into the barricade. Now all three men back in the ring. Now it's Castor Black and Joe Henry double teaming as they go for a choke slam, a double choke slam into their knees. And now they're going against each other as they're reversing each other's pins. Castor Black with another reversal of his own. Joe Henry rolling him up. And there's Alpha Crimson breaking up the pin. He's got Joe Henry, the United States champion, in the corner. Joe Henry with the reversal. And here comes a reverse DDT onto Alpha Crimson. Castor Black outside the ring grabbing a steel bat. And he just throws the bat into the back of the head of Joe Henry. High flying move by Castor Black. This could be his chance to capitalize. He's got Alpha Crimson. Remember, Joe Henry doesn't need to be pinned to lose the title here tonight. This is triple threat rules. Huge jawbuster by Joe Henry. Headbutt by Castor Black onto Joe Henry. Alpha Crimson throwing Castor Black into the corner. And a scoop body slam by Alpha Crimson. Now making his way to the top rope. High flying move. And it did not pay off. Castor Black reversed it. But they managed to land with Joe Henry, who is now sizing up the United States champion. Nobody home. Joe Henry moving out of the way. And now Joe Henry delivering a choke slam onto Alpha Crimson. Here comes the pin. 1, but Castor Black breaks up the count. Now he throws Joe Henry against the ropes. Cross body slam by Castor Black. The grapple up. And there he is, slamming Joe Henry's head right into the turnbuckle. Castor Black with the scoop body slam onto the United States champion. And looks like Castle Black making his way to the top turnbuckle with a high-flying move. Frog splash, but Joe Henry reverses, getting the knees up. And now Alpha Crimson capitalizing. Boom! And there goes Castle Black. Joe Henry now has Crimson Alpha. And now Joe Henry bringing a steel chair into the mix. Triple threat rules. That means no disqualification in this match. All these weapons 100% legal. Joe Henry breaking up the count. His triple threat match continues. He just saved his own title there. And there's Castor Black with a suplex DDT. Now pinning him. 1, 2, and a kick out. A kick out by Joe Henry, and look at the frustration on Castor Black's face. He thought he had it right there. And there's a stunner by Crimson Alpha. And there he is attacking Joe Henry in the back. Here's his opportunity. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new United States champion.
Here is your winner, and new United States champion, Alpha Crimson.
The leader of the Alpha Rangers, Alpha Crimson, is our new United States champion. Amazing, we just had a title change hands, but what we got coming up next will not be for titles. Coming up, we got Red versus Jamie Hayter. Red now making her GTW debut match, coming up next on Friday Night All-Star.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Fulton, New York,
Red from right here in New York is coming to the ring, and it looks like she has some kind of document in her hand. Not sure what she's showing. Looks like a list of some sorts. This will be her debut match here on All-Star, as she's about to go one-on-one with Jamie Hayter.
and her opponent from England.
And here comes Jamie Hayter making her way to the ring. This match will not be about titles. This is 100% grudge. It was Red who interfered in Jamie Hayter's affairs as she was trying to get payback against the old gods for putting her in the hospital. And then, the following week, attacks Jamie Hayter backstage, nearly hospitalizing her once again. It was on Brawl, where Red says that she calls herself such a name because she sees red. And Jamie Hayter is her first target to make a name for herself here tonight. And here comes the bell. The two grappling up. Jamie Hayter throwing Red across the ring, coming out the clothesline. And a knee onto the arm by Jimmy Hater to Red. And now Red responds by clotheslining Jimmy Hater over the top rope outside the ring. And now these two are fighting in front of our announcer's desk. Slam right into that unforgiving floor. And Hater being thrown right back to the ring. And a drop kick knocking Red right back out. With Hater once again exiting the ring, the referee will now be restarting the countout. And now both women back inside the ring. Here comes Red going for the pin. And Jimmy Hater with a kick out. Red coming off the ropes, but Jimmy Hater moving out of the way. Kicked in the midsection by Jimmy Hater. And here she goes with a suplex. Red with the reversal. They grapple up, and here comes Red coming in with a backbreaker onto Jamie Hater, and she's really stretching out. You can hear the bones crunching from here. Red now throwing Jamie Hater into the corner. Hater throwing an elbow to reverse. Clothesline by Jamie Hater. And look at Red throwing her right outside the ring from the apron there. A bit unorthodox, but hey, it worked. Red has a lot to prove here tonight. This is her debut match on a PLE, no less. She was saying that she put in all the work that time. She teamed up with Jamie Hater in an indie match, a match in the indies. And it was Jimmy Hater who took all the credit. This is Red's chance to prove to Jimmy Hater and to everyone else that she is the real deal. And for Jimmy Hater, this is not about proving herself, but this is about payback. She has a lot of receipts that she needs to sign off on Red tonight. And there's Red throwing Jimmy Hater right into the steel stairs. We're more than halfway through the countout. These women need to get this match back into the ring. Jamie Hater with a net breaker. Hater hastily getting back in the ring, looking to win this by countout. And Red gets in the ring at the very last second. He throws Hater against the ropes. Hater grabbing the ropes to break the momentum. Now coming with a dropkick onto Red. There's a kick to the mid-thigh by Jamie Hater. And there's Jamie Hater with a suplex as she now goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Red gets the shoulder up, but barely. This singles match continues between these two women. Red attempting a fireman's carry. Jamie Hater throwing those elbows into the side temple. And a big Hater clothesline onto Red. She goes for the pin. Could this be it? 1, 2. No, it was so close too. It was so close you could feel it, but Red somehow pulled in deep and got the shoulder up. Hater warming up. She's closing in. Red with those elbow strikes to the sternum. Looking to change the momentum in this match. Throwing Hater against the ropes. Arm smash by Jamie Hater. And here comes Red, kick to the midsection. And she uses a headbutt to take Hater down. And looks like Red is about to see Red right now. No, Hater fighting back. She's not giving her an inch. Huge neckbreaker by, huge backbreaker by Red. Oh my gosh, a face plant, full force in the middle of the ring. Here comes the pin, 1, 2, and Hater again with the shoulder up. And Red's starting to look a little flustered right now. Asking herself what else she can do to Jamie Hayter to win this match. Huge knee to the face as she goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Red wins her debut match. Oh, Red's not done yet. And look at her, she's just threatened the referee. What's she doing here? She won the match. What else could she have in mind? Oh, I don't like where this is going. Red is bringing out a wooden table. Oh, come on, Red. You already won the match. Do you really need to do this? Is this really necessary? Red, what are you doing here? Oh, she's got Jamie Hayter by the hair. No, don't do it, Red. Don't do it. Oh my gosh, and Jamie Hayter goes right through the table. And I think Red just made her point just now, not only with a victory, but with a punctuation through a wooden table. When we were coming up next, folks, we already had the Women's Intercontinental Championship defended, but coming up now, the Men's Intercontinental Championship will be defended. Coming up, we got Obelisk challenging Grayson Holiday for the Intercontinental Championship. Right here on Friday Night All-Star.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Championship.
And here comes the challenger, this monster of a man, Obelisk. Very reminiscent of a wrestler that we used to know in these parts, known as Catalysm. This guy might be even bigger. In his debut match, he had destroyed Grayson Holiday's undefeated streak. Grayson Holiday, who has gone through the duration of his career completely undefeated, suffered his first loss in the hands of this monster of a man. And now tonight, Obelisk is not going for an undefeated streak. He's going for the title. Will this be the night that we see the Intercontinental Championship change hands? And here he is, folks, the Intercontinental Champion, formerly undefeated Grayson Holiday. And despite the odds being stacked against him, he's coming in the ring as confident as ever. In fact, this match was requested by Grayson Holiday. After suffering his first defeat in the hands of Obelisk, he went up to April Cassidy, the director of Raw, saying that he wants Obelisk here on Friday Night All-Star. In which case, Mrs. Cassidy told him that if she books the match, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. I think Grayson Holiday is so blind by his pride that he can't deal with the fact that he is no longer undefeated, that he's willing to put the title on the line against an opponent that, frankly, I don't know if he can defeat.
Introducing the challenger from parts unknown, weighing in at 600 pounds. And his opponent from Sanford, North Carolina, weighing in at 230 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, Grayson Holiday.
And Holiday now looking at the Intercontinental Championship for what could be the final time here tonight. The referee showing Obelisk exactly what the prize is, and just look down how he just towers over the referee like that. I don't think I've ever seen anyone as big as Obelisk. I think he might even be bigger than Hercules. Here comes the bell, and Obelisk immediately taking down the Intercontinental Champion. Grayson Holiday trying to use his speed and agility to clear distance between him and Obelisk. But it seems apparent that Obelisk might just be too strong. He's too powerful for the Intercontinental Champion. Holiday throwing Obelisk into the corner. You can see he's fighting with everything he has, and just look at that adrenaline rush. The fact that he was able to body slam him. And now he's on the top rope. Grayson Holiday not looking to stay die so easily. He's looking for redemption tonight. And there's Obelisk rolling him into a pin. Grayson Holiday with a kick out. Double X handle by this monster known as Obelisk. And looks like Holiday, he might be able to pull this off as he now has Obelisk in the corner, fighting for his life now. And, oh, and there he goes, slamming his shoulder into the ring post. If you can't beat him by strength, you gotta use your brains, and that's what Grayson Holiday is doing. He's using every trick in the book he knows here tonight. And he comes in, lion salt. And just look, he's yelling so much trash. He's talking so much trash towards Obelisk, and he just paid for it. Obelisk just completely bodied him there. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and Grayson Holiday manages to kick out. Obelisk now making his way to the top rope. Grayson Holiday just completely out of it. Barely getting to his feet right now, doesn't know where he's at. Into the double axe handle by this massive monster. Now, I was going for a second one. Now top rope again. Frog splash. Here's the pin for the title. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new Intercontinental Champion. Grayson Holiday has now suffered his second loss, and a big one at that.
Here is your winner, and the new Intercontinental Champion.
The crowd not too pleased with this outcome, and I was seeing be a bit of a sore winner there. Grayson Holiday not only suffering his second loss, but has just lost the Intercontinental Championship. And I don't know if, like I said, Grayson Holiday, he was undefeated up until 2 weeks ago. And this is the man who just beat him for the Intercontinental Championship. I have a feeling that the belt is going to be on this man for a very long time. Don't go away, as we still have our 6-man ladder match between Jon Moxley, Killer Kross, Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, Chad Gable, and Adam Copeland. And our main event, the mixed gender tag team titles be on the line, is Steven Dynamite will be defending the mixed tag team titles against the Red Faction. Will it be a handicap match? Or will he have some mystery partner substitute for Amanda Price here tonight? We'll find out in tonight's main event. But coming up next, we have word that the owner of GTW, Douglas, the Demon King Sebastian, is making his way to the ring. Don't go away, we'll be right back. And here comes the King Demon himself, Douglas Sebastian. Welcome everyone to Grand Tour Wrestling Friday Night All-Star. Many of you may know me as the new... Sorry, having a bit of microphone difficulty here. Testing. There we go. Many of you may know me as the GTW Hall of Famer, King Demon Sebastian. These days, it is just Douglas Sebastian. I have recently purchased GTW out of my love for this promotion. GTW brought the best out of me, and now it is my turn to bring out the best in future generations. Now, I'm sure there has been some controversy as of late regarding my decision to split the GTW roster. My hope was to give all wrestlers what is a very crowded roster a chance to shine. But then I ran logistics and underestimated the opportunities I am taken away from certain athletes depending on what show they were drafted on. With the World Heavyweight Championship and the Women's title being exclusive to Dystopia, I made the decision to split the Grand Tour title into the Men's Division and the Women's Division Championships. Which, my dear daughter, I've heard your pleas out in the back. I heard your case, and you're not wrong. By splitting the title, I diminish what it means. The Grand Tour title meant you were the absolute best, the undisputed champion of GTW. Now, no matter your division, no matter your gender, well, my daughter will be happy to hear that I will have a new way to determine that now. In 3 weeks, there will be a new pay-per-view event. Live at the Thunderdome, there will be a 2-night event. This will be called Battle of Champions. In this event, each champion will have a chance to take on their own counterpart to determine who is better. However, this will be a two-night event because on night one, we will have both the women's champions face off and both world champions face off. In other words, the women's Grand Tour champion will take on the women's world champion. The world heavyweight champion will take on the Grand Tour champion. And the winners of those two matches will compete in the main event of night 2, and the winner will be the 2026 GTW Undisputed Champion. A new championship that for that one night will determine who is the absolute best in Grand Tour Wrestling. Also, a note that on night 1, the men and women's tag team champions will face off to determine who will wrestle the mixed tag team champions on night 2, and that will determine our greatest tag team of 2026. That means the winners of tonight's main event will compete for that honor. It also brings light to our next match. Suspended above the ring, the vacant Grand Tour title, one of 6 men, will be our next men's Grand Tour champion, moving on to Battle of Champions, Seoul, Long Island. Let the next match begin. And there you have it, folks. The owner of Grand Tour Wrestling has just announced our next pay-per-view event. Live at the Thunderdome will be a 2-night event, Battle of Champions. On night 1, the men and women's tag team champions will face off. We'll have the women's Grand Tour champion versus the women's world champion, and the Grand Tour champion versus world heavyweight champion. The winner of the 2 big title matches will face off on night 2 to determine who is the undisputed champion of GTW. And the winner of our tag team match will face the mixed tag team champions on night 2 to determine who is the greatest tag team in GTW. That will be in 3 weeks, live at the Thunderdome, live streaming here on Infinite Fantasy/Twitch.tv. But coming up next, here on Friday Night All-Star, we got our 6-man ladder match.
The following contest is a tables, ladders, and chairs match, and is for the Grand Prix Championship. Making his way to the ring from Alexandria, Virginia, weighing in at 215 pounds, Hagen Page.
And this will be Hangman Adams Page's second match, and he's probably going to feel a lot more home in this one, as in a ladder match means no DQ. This is exactly the type of match where someone like Adam Page excels.
And representing the Final Testament from Sin City, weighing in at 265 pounds, Harry N. Ross.
And here comes Killer Cross. Neither one of these men are champions. However, we will crown the king by the end of this, with the Grand Tour Championship suspended 15 feet above the ring. 6 men will have to fight to climb the ladder in order to call themselves Grand Tour Champion. The winner tonight will be moving on to Battle of Champions to face the mighty Hercules in a champion versus champion match. And Cross is ready. He is hungry. He probably wants that championship more than anyone else here tonight.
And from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 240 pounds, Jon Moxley!
Jon Moxley now making his way to the ring. We have 3 out of 6 competitors. Here comes competitor number 4.
And representing American made from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 202 pounds, Chad Gable!
And here comes Chad Gable. Many people like to call him the modern day Kurt Angle, the leader of American Made. A professional wrestling athlete trained in the old ways.
And from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 249 pounds, Adam Cooper!
Adam Copeland. This man has had a career spanning over 30 years now. It's drawing to an end, and he would love nothing more than to end his run with the Grand Tour Championship.
And from Long Beach, California, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Samoan Joe!
And Samoa Joe, who's had an extensive career of his own back in WWE and AEW, is looking to make a mark for himself here in Grand Tour Wrestling as he competes for the Grand Tour title here tonight. Samoa Joe, who has not stepped into a GTW ring in quite some time, is making his return here in tonight's ladder match. We go. The Grand Tour Championship on the line, suspended above the ring. Which one of these 6 men will climb the ladder to call himself Grand Tour Champion? And we already got chaos all over the ring. We got Moxley fighting Adam Page outside. Chad Gable going one-on-one with Samoa Joe. Adam Copeland already laid out and Killer Cross by the announcer's desk, grabbing a steel chair. And then Adam Page threw John Moxley to the barricade. And now Killer Cross and John Moxley double team. No, Killer Cross just double crossed John Moxley there, and now he's got Adam Page all to himself. Meanwhile, we got the ladder set up in the middle of the ring here. And 5 out of 6 men back inside. They have Adam Copeland going for the climb, trying early to get the Grand Tour Championship. Chad Gable attempting to fight Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe using his size and strength against Chad Gable. Oh, and there's Samoa Joe's face being slammed into the ring apron. And there's Chad Gable with another head slam just for extra measure. Adam Copeland has Killer Cross slamming him right into the ring post. And now he has a steel chair in hand as he goes on onslaught on Killer Cross outside the ring. Hangman Adam Page and Chad Gable double teaming on John Moxley with a double suplex. Samoa Joe now interjecting, and there's Adam Copeland kicking Killer Cross across the head, who is hanging off the barricade. And this is absolute mayhem. I'm going to be honest, I'm having a bit trouble calling this match. There's just so much chaos going on outside the ring right now. And now Chad Gable bringing a table out, hitting John Moxley with a wooden object. We got a ladder set up in the middle of the ring. Samoa Joe taking down Adam Copeland and Chad Gable going for the climb. He's on top of the ladder here. And he just fell 15 feet from the air onto the ring. Adam Page with a Samoan drop onto Killer Cross. And there's Samoa Joe, and now slamming Hangman Adam Page into the corner. Chad Gable coming in with a steel chair, being intercepted by John Moxley, rushing in with a clothesline. Now Samoa Joe has the ladder in hand, setting up into the corner of the ring. I wonder what he has planned with that. John Moxley with a counter onto Chad Gable, and Killer Cross setting up a ladder between the announcer's desk and the ring. And he just Adam Copeland on top of the ladder. He's laying Adam Copeland right on top. I can only imagine what John Moxley has planned is Killer Cross on the top rope. Kick to the midsection to Chad Gable. Shooting self-press by Hangman Adam Page. And now there's John Moxley being flipped over the top rope on top of the ladder. His back being slammed right into that cold hard steel. Adam Copeland driving Hangman Adam Page into the corner. And here he comes, Bulldog, right on top of the steel chair. Adam Page with a German suplex on the Killer Cross. And now he's going to Killer Cross, Fireman's carry. Chad Gable now has Adam Page. Adam Page off the ropes. But here comes Adam Copeland intercepting Chad Gable. And there's Adam Page. Adam Page being thrown right on top of the steel ladder, nearly shattering his spine. Joe towards Jon Moxley. And now almost every man is fighting outside the ring. We got bodies laying everywhere right now. Adam Copeland barely getting back to his feet right now. And we have a second ladder inside the ring now. And oh my gosh, it looks like Chad Gable has been busted open. Someone was just busted open there. Samoa Joe now being slammed on top of the ladder. Adam Copeland and Jon Moxley both making the climb. Both fighting on top of that 15-foot ladder. And Moxley goes down. Adam Copeland going for the belt. And he just got thrown right off the ladder. Let's go across with a low blow to Chad Gable. Completely legal. There's only one way this match can end, and that's someone climbing over the ladder. Oh my gosh. And there's Killer Kross being slammed into the cold steel. Jon Moxley attempting to go for that table to be intercepted by Samoa Joe. And an elbow right into the forehead by Jon Moxley. And here's Samoa Joe. Come on, Clarence Carey. And Moxley with the reverse DDT onto the ladder. Adam Copeland coming in with a steel chair. Chad Gable on the top rope. Moonsault right on top of Killer Kross. No, Killer Kross rolling out of the way and Chad Gable hitting nothing but the steel ladder there. Backbreaker by Samoa Joe. Killer Kross throwing Adam Copeland outside the ring. And there's Samoa Joe being thrown right on top of the cold steel ladder right there. This is absolute anarchy. I've never seen 6 men go this wild in all my years here commentating for GTW. Adam Copeland bringing a fight to Jon Moxley outside the ring. There's Killer Kross with a shot to the midsection of Samoa Joe. And a toe-to-wall slam by Samoa Joe to Killer Kross. The chaos going right now. This could be anyone's match right now. Anyone could be crowned Grand Tour champion here tonight. One of these 6 men, as Chad Gable now climbs the ladder, going for the title. And now Jon Moxley making the climb as well, going after Chad Gable here. And both Kross and Adam Copeland pushing the ladder down. Chad Gable being powerbombed right on top of the ladder. Adam Copeland throw. Adam Page gets the ropes. Adam Page reversing with a spinning DDT. And now Adam Page, throwing Adam Copeland on top of the ladder there. All 6 men definitely utilizing all these weapons to their fullest extent here in this ladder match. Grand Tour Championship on the line. All 6 men have nothing to lose and everything to gain here tonight. And here comes Jon Moxley. Spike suplex onto Killer Kross. Jon Moxley with a shot to the wrist to Samoa Joe. And there's Edge with a spear. Joe with a big boot onto Adam Copeland. And Adam Page working on the thigh of Jon Moxley. And just look at the size and power of Samoa Joe as he just manhandles Killer Cross. Adam Page being thrown over the top rope. Huge suplex by Chad Gable. And there's Samoa Joe off the top rope. Chad Gable getting the knees up. And there's Jon Moxley. Oh my gosh, an avalanche suplex onto Chad Gable. And Adam Page now just busted Samoa Joe open. Jon Moxley smelling the blood. Now has Samoa Joe snake eyes into the turnbuckle. There's Killer Cross just admiring his work right there. Just admiring the chaos outside the ring. And it looks like he's getting in the ring to get some fun. And there's Hangman Adam Page with a chair shot over the head of Killer Cross. German suplex by Samoa Joe onto Adam Copeland. And now Samoa Joe throwing Killer Cross outside the ring. Jon Moxley being thrown out by Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland on those knees to Hangman Adam Page. And here comes Samoa Joe with a clothesline onto Adam Page. Adam Copeland attacking him from behind. There's Samoa Joe fighting back. Tilt-a-whirl slam by Samoa Joe. Adam Copeland is out cold. Samoa Joe now with a ladder in hand. And Chad Gable was flying. Killer Cross with a huge powerbomb onto the steel chair. Taking down Hangman Adam Page. Adam Copeland attempting a chair shot. Samoa Joe just ripping the chair right out of Adam Copeland's hand. And now Jon Moxley bringing steel stairs in the middle of the ring. Absolute chaos. Pure Friday Night All-Star. Hangman Adam Page throwing Samoa Joe into the barricade. DDT by Killer Cross. Now Cross has a chair in hand, as does Adam Page. Edge coming in with a spear for Killer Cross. Edge now going for the ladder. It looks like he's going to go for the climb. No, here goes Adam Page, but Edge intercepts him. Adam Copeland throwing Adam Page into the corner. Adam Copeland now has Killer Cross has Adam Copeland. And there's Killer Cross being thrown over the top rope. And Samoa Joe on top of the ladder, and he's got the belt. Samoa Joe has the Grand Tour Championship. Samoa Joe is the new Grand Tour Champion.
Here is your winner, and the new Grand Prix Champion,
What an incredible turn of events. But coming up, we have our main event.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Mixed Tag Team Championship.
It's time for our main event as the Red Faction make their way to the ring. The winners tonight will be facing either the men's or women's tag team champions pending on night 1 of Battle Champions. Speaking of Battle Champions, congratulations to our new Grand Tour champion Samoa Joe, who will now be going one-on-one with the Mighty Hercules in a champion versus champion match at our next pay-per-view event. The Red Faction making their way to the ring. Brenda Bison, the Women's World Champion, who at this moment will be facing the Witch in a champion versus champion match on night 1 of Battle of Champions. But tonight, the Red Faction is looking to become the mixed gender tag team champions. Brenda Bison looking to be double champion, and with Amanda Price now in the hospital, Steven Dynamite could possibly be going into this title defense by himself unless he's managed to find himself a last-minute replacement for Amanda Price. It was earlier tonight when Steven Dynamite found out that Amanda Price had been attacked in her locker room and is now suffering a concussion. And it was made quite clear by director April Cassidy that he will defend the tag team titles tonight with or without a partner. And here he is, folks, Long Island Zone. Steven Dynamite, the chosen one, making his way to the ring, one half of the mixed gender tag team champions. And we still have no idea how he's going to be able to do this. As far as we know, without Amanda Price, Steven Dynamite could be defending those tag team titles completely on his own here tonight against the Red Faction. This could be a handicap match he's walking into. And yet, still the chosen one, making his way to the ring, still with a smile on his face, ready to meet the challenge. I can only imagine the pressure that's on his shoulders. Losing tonight doesn't mean he's losing his own championship belt, but Amanda Price's as well. Now the question remains, does Steven Dynamite have a substitute, or will he be at this alone? And it looks like Steven Dynamite has found his replacement partner, as the Witch now walking out to the ring holding both the Women's Grand Tour Championship and the other mixed gender tag team title belt. It figures if there was one person in that locker room that Steven Dynamite could get as a last minute replacement for Amanda Price, it would be the Witch. And now our new main event is set as we could be possibly having a preview of what will happen at Battle of Champions, with the Witch taking on Brenda Bison in a champion versus champion match. But tonight she'll be helping Steven Dynamite defend the mixed gender tag team titles against the Red Faction.
Introducing the challengers, the Women's World Champions, the Assassin Brenda Bison, and the Russian Gladiator Andre Armstrong, the Red Faction. And their opponents, the Witch and the Chosen One, Steven Dynamite.
And here we go, our main event for tonight on Friday Night All-Star. The mixed gender tag team titles on the line. And it looks like we're going to be starting off with Brenda Bison and the Witch as our opening legal competitors here tonight. A preview of what we could be getting at Battle of Champions when the Women's World Champion goes one-on-one with the Women's Grand Tour Champion. And the Witch locking up with Brenda Bison, throwing it to the corner. I believe this is the very first time Brenda Bison and the Witch are actually meeting each other in the ring. And now the Witch tagging in Steven Dynamite, rolling Brenda Bison into a pin. Brenda Bison rolling her way out of it, but Dynamite has it locked in. Brenda Bison immediately kicking out. Bison attacking Steven Dynamite from behind. Not too long ago, the Red Faction were rivals of Steven Dynamite. However, it's been many months, nearly a year, since Dynamite has been in the ring against the likes of Brenda Bison and Andre Armstrong. Now locking up. Andre Armstrong goes to the Irish Whip. Steven Dynamite with the reversal. And here goes Dynamite coming in with a bulldog onto Andre Armstrong. Now making the tag to the Witch. Andre Armstrong rolling out of the ring to gain a little breather, and the Witch going into pursuit immediately outside the ring. The Witch taking the fight to the Russian Gladiator here at ringside. And now we wonder what's going through Andre Armstrong's mind. It was on Dystopia where he had a European title match against Damian Maximus, who lost completely undisputably against the member of the Old Gods. And he's got to ask yourself, where does that leave Andre? Where does that leave Andre's confidence here tonight as he's competing for the mixed gender tag team titles? And then you got the Witch, who is now our last minute replacement for Amanda Price, who is now in the hospital due to a backstage assault. Now suffering a concussion. The Witch says that she was the Grand Tour champion, that she had the title that proved that she was the best wrestler in GTW altogether, and she's looking to prove it here tonight as she's completely manhandling Andre Armstrong. There's the Witch with a drop kick onto the Russian Gladiator. Andre Armstrong making a desperate tag towards Brenda Bison. And now we have the two women's champion meeting in the middle of the ring once again. Brenda Bison throwing the Witch into the corner. Open hand chop to the chest. And the Russian assassin ever so calculating, choking the Witch with the heel of her boot. And just look at that disrespect. Brenda Bison bringing the competition to the Women's Grand Tour champion here. Former Grand Tour champion. Jawbuster by the Witch. Amazing counter by our Women's Grand Tour champion. Goes for the Irish Whip. Brenda Bison now in the corner. And looks like the Witch is about to make the tag to Steven Dynamite, but Brenda Bison intercepting with an elbow strike to the side of the head. And then follows with a sidewalk slam. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and the Witch with a kick out. And I see we got J Props right here in the chat with those dinosaur emojis. You know I love those, bro. Oh, look at Dynamite rolling out of the way. And here he comes. Flying moonsault, but Andre Armstrong gets the knees up. A lock up. Andre Armstrong going for the arch whip. Dynamite with the reversal. The last time Dynamite and Andre Armstrong met in the ring together was last year at Summer Bash, where Andre Armstrong attempted to challenge Stephen Dynamite for the Grand Tour title and was completely and utterly defeated in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Andre Armstrong probably likes to believe that he's learned a lot since then and can now compete with the likes of Dynamite. There's Dynamite with a strike combo on the Brenda Bison. Bison countering. Dynamite trapped in the corner. Here's Bison flying knee into the jawline of the chosen one, Stephen Dynamite. There she is, bashing his head into the turnbuckle. Dynamite coming in with an elbow strike. Irish whip into the ropes. And Brenda Bison with a shoulder tackle. Dynamite with a receipt with a huge clothesline. You see that Stephen Dynamite is an extremely smart individual, knowing better than to underestimate someone like Brenda Bison as he comes in with a flying cutter. And now Dynamite making the tag to the Witch, who's making her way to the top rope. Dynamite launching the Witch, and the Witch is flying. Brenda Bison down thanks to the amazing teamwork by Stephen Dynamite and the Witch here in tonight's main event. DDT by the Witch. Now making the tag to Stephen Dynamite, once again the legal man. Him and Brenda Bison now fighting ringside as he hits her with a super kick. Bison reversing an Irish whip, throwing Dynamite back inside the ring. Dynamite coming off the ropes. Wheelbarrow DDT by the chosen one. He's going for the pin. 1, 2, and Brenda Bison kicks out, barely getting the shoulder up. Dynamite being thrown to the corner. Bison with the European uppercut. And that's that ruthlessness that Brenda Bison is known for, that took her to the top of the women's division. And goes Andre Armstrong, now looking to finish up the match as he goes for the pin. 1, and Dynamite immediately kicking out, and the look on Andre's face, when Dynamite able to kick out after just a 1 count. Andre off the ropes, Dynamite with a backslid drop kick. And now enters the Witch, the Women's Grand Tour champion, in the ring with the Russian gladiator Andre Armstrong. The Witch coming off the ropes. She grabs the rope, breaking momentum. And Dynamite attacking Andre from behind that. All he managed to do is just make him angry as he nearly takes the Witch's head off with that huge clothesline. And now Andre Armstrong going for the pin. Dynamite breaking up the count. Look at this. Andre using the top turnbuckle as a weapon, literally bending the Witch in half. You know the Red Faction is here to win tonight with using their old tactics against the Witch and Stephen Dynamite here tonight. And there's the Witch grabbing Brenda Bison, attacking the illegal partner, throwing her out of the ring. Now Andre Armstrong coming out to Brenda Bison's aid. The Witch reversing with a reverse DDT. But here comes Andre Armstrong with a big boot as the Red Faction double team the Witch. The Witch still holding her own and takes out Andre Armstrong. Huge drop kick by the Witch onto Brenda Bison. The Witch right now single-handedly taking on both members of the Red Faction, showing why she was the Grand Tour champion to begin with. Andre Armstrong attempting a drop kick. The Witch moving out of the way. And look at that agility from the girl from Salem. This time the Russian Gladiator hits his mark, taking down the Women's Grand Tour champion, and now Andre Armstrong setting her up for the Russian bomb. And here's the Russian bomb by Andre Armstrong. 1, 2, and the Witch kicking out, amazingly able to kick out of Andre Armstrong's finisher move. Armstrong now with a fireman's carry. The Witch is on launch right now. She's able to kick out of that one finisher move, but if she doesn't tag out, that could be the end of the match. She needs to tag in Steven Dynamite, and she needs to do it immediately. Brenda Bison smelling blood in the water right now. Now tagging back in Andre Armstrong, looking to finish this match off. The Red Faction can feel victory. They can feel the next tag team titles within their grasp. And there's the Witch with the Witch's Curse. The Witch nails the Witch's Curse onto Andre Armstrong. She just got her finisher move in. And she makes the tag to Steven Dynamite, who is now on the top rope. And now the Witch tossing him across the ring with a shoulder tackle, taking down Andre. And here comes the pin. 1, and there's Brenda Bison breaking up the count. This main event tag team title match continues. Steven Dynamite now on the top rope. Frog splash. Andre reversing the Irish whip, throwing Steven Dynamite over the top rope. And now he's getting him on the apron. And there's Andre Armstrong slamming Steven Dynamite into that reinforced apron, that reinforced frame of the ring. But the Witch having Dynamite's back, attacking Andre from behind. Now that, folks, that is teamwork right there. Dynamite attempting a leg drop. Andre moving out of the way though. Steven Dynamite falling outside the ring, hitting nothing but the floor there. Oh no, now Andre Armstrong hitting the Russian bomb on Steven Dynamite. And now he's making his way to the top rope. This could be the end of the match as he hits Dynamite with a frog splash. First the Russian bomb, and now a frog splash from across the ring. Dynamite is in so much trouble right now as Andre Armstrong now throws him into the corner. And Dynamite with a quick reversal. And here it comes running across the ring, drop kick into the back of Andre Armstrong. The impact so strong it temporarily knocked Brenda Bison off the ring apron. Andre getting angry now, taking Dynamite down with a clothesline, and now tags in Brenda Bison. Grapple up, Bison. Go for the Irish whip, reversal by Steven Dynamite. And here she comes across the ring. Claymore. She nails the Claymore across the face of Steven Dynamite. But Dynamite now to the reversal. Stomp to the sternum. And here he comes. Flying whistle, but Brenda Bison moves out of the way. Nobody home. Dynamite with a counter of his own. And right now just counter for counter between the Russian Assassin and the Chosen One here. Elbow to the face. Dynamite going for a jawbuster across the middle rope there. Looked like Dynamite was about to go for a super kick, reversed by Brenda Bison. And I'll tell you, Brenda Bison, the women's world champion, she is as tough as they come. And there she is, sweeping Dynamite off his feet. She's definitely giving Long Island's own Chosen One Stephen Dynamite a run for his money. And wouldn't that be something if he were to lose the titles right here in his own hometown? The Dynamite high-risk maneuver outside the ring, cross body splash onto Brenda Bison outside the ring. And now Stephen Dynamite getting completely fired up. And Brenda Bison countering with a European uppercut. It looks like she's had enough as she now tags back in. The Russian Gladiator enters Andre Armstrong. Kick to the midsection. Dynamite looking to be in a lot of trouble right now. Dynamite with a shot to the ribs. Clothesline by Stephen Dynamite. And now he makes the tag to the Witch. Andre Armstrong playing possum. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, but the Witch able to kick out. Amazing strategic maneuver by Andre Armstrong before, as he played possum to get the Witch close enough to roll into a pin, and now he has her in a sleeper hold, and he's got her in the middle of the ring. The Witch able to fight out, throwing those elbows right into the throat of Andre Armstrong. Andre with an elbow to the Witch. Amazing counter by the Witch here. Open hand chop and a DDT by the Women's Grand Tour champion. The Witch now tagging in Stephen Dynamite. Dynamite making his way to the top rope, and here comes Swanton Bomb. Stephen Dynamite hits the Swanton Bomb, goes for the pin, but Brenda Bison breaks it up. Stephen Dynamite hitting one of his finisher moves onto Andre Armstrong, and nearly had the win right there, if not for Brenda Bison. Now slamming Dynamite right into the barricade. Oh, and there's Andre going headfirst into the barricade there, courtesy of Long Island's own Stephen Dynamite. And this crowd here at the Nassau Coliseum is going absolutely crazy in tonight's main event tag team title match. And you just see Andre's head just bouncing right off the floor with that leg scissors. Andre desperately throwing Dynamite into the barricade as he makes his way back to the ring. If anything, just to allow himself to grab a breather real quick. And You see Dynamite struggling at his feet. Andre just trying to catch his breath right now. And here goes Dynamite with a swinging kick. Andre throwing him into the corner. And here he comes. Oh, those shots to the ribs as he's now bending Dynamite like a pretzel across the top turnbuckle. We got J Props in chat going, Long Island #1. Whoop whoop. Yeah, that's right. Long Island #1. Home of Steven Dynamite live here at the Nassau Coliseum. Here for Friday Night All-Star in this amazing main event tag team match. And look at that strength of Andre Armstrong as he just lifts Dynamite right off the ground like that. Dynamite reversing the Irish whip. And looks like Dynamite tagging out now, the Witch coming in a bit fresher than Dynamite at the moment. He throws him right into the corner. And there's Andre with an elbow shot right to the Witch. And what a massive power suplex by the Russian Gladiator, now tagging in Brenda Bison. Amazing shot by the Witch to the inner thigh of Brenda Bison, now tagging in Steven Dynamite, coming in with a drop kick. Right now for Steven Dynamite, losing this match is not an option. Not only will he feel the shame of losing the tag team titles here in his own hometown, but the fact that Amanda Price is not here to defend the titles herself, being attacked before the show backstage, is now in the ER suffering a concussion. And April Cassidy forcing Steven Dynamite to defend the titles without her. Fortunately for him, he was able to convince the Witch to be a last-minute substitute replacement for tonight. But you gotta wonder, like, is Steven Dynamite even in this match fully? Is he 100%, or is his mind on his tag team partner Amanda Price right now? I think the Red Faction knows it. I think the Red Faction knows Steven Dynamite's head is not completely in the game tonight, and they're completely taking advantage of it. Dynamite sizing her up outside the ring. Dynamite going for the Psycho Cutter. His finisher move on the Brenda Bison. He hits the Psycho Cutter. Now if he can just get her back in the ring, he can go for the 3 count. Dynamite going for the pin. And there's Andre breaking it up. That could have been Dynamite's chance to pick up the victory right there. Although the moonsault, Brenda Bison getting the knees up. That interference from Andre Armstrong might have been all Brenda Bison needed. Dynamite closing in. Bulldog on the Brenda Bison. Goes Bison into the corner, and Dynamite looking to charge in. He's getting pumped up. And Bison moves out of the way, nobody home. And that moment of hesitation might have cost him. The Witch looking for a tag, yelling Dynamite to tag her in. Helicopter spin by the Chosen One onto the Russian Assassin. Dynamite coming off. High risk move. And it might have paid off. Here comes the count. Will this be it? 1, 2, and no, somehow Bison still able to kick out. This tag team title match continues. Dynamite finally able to tag the Witch in. And the Witch is flying as she goes for a shoulder tackle onto Brenda Bison. Bison rolling out of the ring to avoid herself from being pinned. And there's the Witch going after Andre Armstrong. She's taking out the illegal partner, making sure he does not interfere with the next count. And there's an executioner onto Brenda Bison by the Witch. And she's sizing her up. Looks like the Witch gonna go for her own finisher. And she nails it with the Witch's Curse. The Witch has just nailed the Witch's Curse on the Brenda Bison. This could be all she needs as she goes for the pin for the tag team titles. It's a 1, 2, 3, and thanks to the Witch, Steven Dynamite retains the mixed tag team titles.
Here are your winners, and still mixed tag team champions, the Witch, and the chosen one, Steven Dynamite.
Amazing teamwork by the Witch and Steven Dynamite. The Witch landing the Witch's Curse outside the ring, getting a 3 count on Brenda Bison. And with her help, Steven Dynamite and Brenda and Amanda Price are still the mixed gender tag team champions. What an amazing night. But we got more to come. We're 3 weeks away from our next pay-per-view event, Battle of Champions, where the Witch will be going one-on-one with Brenda Bison in a champion versus champion match. And tune in for our live stream this Wednesday for GTW Brawl and Dystopia. For those of you who watch my live content here on Twitch, don't forget to follow, to keep up, and subscribe if you want to skip those commercials. And for anyone who watches GTW episodically on my YouTube page, Infinite Fantasy If, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is your host, Infinite Fantasy, signing out, and as always, may your fantasies be infinite.